Hello my friends, and welcome to an old D&D video from my old channel. Um, this is a video that really predates Easy Mode Lodge by, I'd say, at least a year, and it's actually a re-upload of an old stream I did, so that's the reason for the lower quality in terms of the video. But it's just something I wanted to add to this channel. I'm going to add a couple of the other old D&D and Call of Cthulhu videos as well, just in case we want to continue with these in the future, and I just wanted to have them in the playlist on this channel as well. And yeah, that's really what you're getting into here. As for the video itself, I would say this is a very old module that I wanted to play with my friend Tom for a long time, in terms of just what's going on in the D&D session itself. But I don't really want to say much more than that because I don't want to spoil the video. I just so I'd rather you watch it than me spoil it for you. So yeah, sit back and enjoy a real vintage D&D video. So you're out your camp, and at the moment you're actually tracking a deer. So you found some deer tracks. You're basically making your way through the forest, and skill wasn't bad, it wasn't great, you know. So you are some you know, they're not the newest freshest tracks or anything like that. But as you're passing by, you are still on the track. You haven't lost the deer. As you're passing by, you notice an owl on the ground. It looks like a young owl. It's like possibly injured. You're not sure what's going on there.
Okay.
But it seems to be having some kind of difficulty.
Okay. I wouldn't say owls are very appetizing, so we'll just go have a look at them, I suppose.
Yes. So you take a look at the owl. He's on the ground. It's clearly a young bird, and it looks basically like it's fallen from its nest, and it has like an injured wing or an injured foot or something. You're not. Well, you could do an animal handling check. You'd probably get a better idea what's going on. So
Okay.
that'd be a D20 roll.
Okay. Yes, 17.
Okay, yeah. So you've realized that the animal has injured its wing. You've actually got +3 to animal handling. You're quite good at animal handling. You're a bit of a. You're not. You have no bonus to nature, but you're quite good at animals. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah. So you realize that the wing is injured, and you also realize that, basically speaking, this animal's going to starve to death if it's left on the ground. And nest is located near the tree. If you can get to the tree, it'll be fine. But you know, if you leave where it is, it's not going to survive.
Okay. Sure, we'll try for the putting it back in the tree, I suppose.
Yeah. And could I get you to roll climbing?
Anyway. And what dice do I use for that one?
D20 for skill checks. It's
D20.
always a D20, and then for
Alright.
other things, it's other kinds of dice for damage and stuff like that. But the D20 system is what it's called. So
Cool. Even better.
don't ask me how a company can own a dice, but apparently they do.
Apparently they do. 13.
13. Yeah, that's fine. You have no issue getting this up into the tree. So the bird's there, and I need you to roll a perception check. So another D20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Average.
Average. Yeah. So you're up the tree, and you feel like you're not alone.
Okay. I assume it's the other owl, the parent.
Well, I mean, no. Like that's just a small animal. You feel like there could be something a bit bigger here.
Okay. What can I do? Well, I just know that something's there. It hasn't done anything yet, so can I do another perception?
Yes, so you see the way it works with the skill checks is as you roll more checks, as you do, you in some sense you can increase your success, but you're also passing more time is passing.
Yeah.
Possibly getting levels of exhaustion. So yeah, you could roll another one, but then you also might be losing the trail of the deer. That's the trade-off.
Right. Okay.
So it could make the deer harder to get later.
Okay.
But certain
I'll
you
do it.
can. Yeah.
I'll do the check. D20. I'm blind apparently.
It's just a feeling. You just have a feeling, and now you're not sure if it was anything.
Yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna jump down from the tree and carry on with the deer then.
As you're carrying on, you hear a scream. So from the north, you have the deer.
Okay.
You don't know where this other creature was, or even if it's still there. And then from the east, you hear a scream.
Okay.
Sounds like some kind of difficulty or something's going on to your east side, which is moving away from the deer. Likewise, you don't know where this other thing is, or even if it's there or not. The bird's fine though. He'd give you the thumbs up if you had one.
literally food or investigate. Fuck it, we'll go east.
Okay, so you're going to investigate. Right. So that character's down there. So this is basically the character that. Yeah, well, you were taking your time. I don't blame you. I will remind you that we don't do death save rolls. When you hit 0, you're dead. More often than not, anyway.
Okay. Sucks to be that guy.
Yeah. So we have a couple of bad guys.
Okay.
So essentially, this character was on their own as far as you can tell, and they're being harassed by goblins.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. They haven't seen you, and because the goblins are busy, the goblins haven't seen you either.
Okay. I assume. Let's see. No, I suppose I could shoot one with a bow and arrow, right?
You could. I think you have a bow, do you? Do you have a bow?
I do.
You
I have
do.
a longbow.
Not
Yeah,
only
plus
do you.
7.
Yeah, I think I've added it into profile. Not only that, you're actually trained in the archery fighting style. So you. This is also part of the reason you wanted to hunt for the deer, I believe, because you're actually quite good at archery. Yeah,
Okay.
you could definitely shoot one.
Okay.
So that's going to be a D20 roll plus 7. Yeah. This.
D20.
And this is going to be against something called their AC, which is their armor value.
I'm gonna take a shot at the north one.
Yeah.
So we're clear. Wow. Give me a break. No. I know exactly what this is. I made a mistake. I use a shovel, nothing else. That's that's why the game is punishing me.
Yeah, you could have snuck up and whacked him, or grappled him or something.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay.
So it zoomed past his head. At least I got their attention, right?
I'd actually say that you haven't got their intention because it's an arrow and it's a complete miss. I could be a bit more harsh than that, but considering the fury, how much noise is going on, yeah, you shot it in the air. It's a small creature. At most, it maybe hit a leaf or trunk or something, but it just darted by. They haven't noticed, and that means they get to have a round of combat here.
I saw you put away the longbow, take out my shovel.
Hold on. Well, I mean, it's their turn to have a go at doing something.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I forgot you.
Yeah.
Obviously hurt you, man.
They get to have a go as well. So let's see, 15, 40. Well, that's definitely going to be a hit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not good, Tom. Not good. Not good.
Not looking good for this guy. Might as well just go back to the deer.
Right. You need to do something, all right. Also, you see. Oh no. Okay. I think it's your turn to go. And obviously, this person's attacked as well, so I guess I could roll for their attack. Let's see if they hit or not. Yeah, I'd say they hit with that. Yeah. So one of the goblins is injured, probably the one furthest away. So this guy's injured here, but everyone's doing fine. So you're up.
Well, time to bring out the old shovel again, I guess.
Ah, okay. So are you going for lethal or non-lethal?
Lethal.
Okay, no problem. So move your character up to where you want to go with this. Okay. And roll your d20. Well, yeah, so it's on your shovel. Because the guys don't see you yet, I'll give you advantage on this roll, which basically means roll 2d20 and take the best result.
And another one. I know I could have selected 2, but...
That's a natural 20.
Yeah.
So you're going to do double damage with this, Tom. And the damage for the shovel is 1d4 plus 2.
1d4.
Max damage, 8.
Max.
Yeah, okay, I could go fiddling around looking for exactly how much health the goblin has. But you've done literally max damage, so regardless if he has any health left or not, he's out of there. So he's gone. Yeah. So he's unconscious, bleeding on the floor, out of the head, I presume. So you basically just come down from the top and just whack him like a whack-a-mole.
Yep.
And he's out.
See, see, the game doesn't want me to use anything other than a fucking shovel. Because I roll natural 20s with a shovel and get a 2 or some shit for a bow that I'm apparently really an expert in. What the fuck? All right. Okay. There's another one. Fine.
You don't know what that is, but
Okay,
it's something.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I assume they attack next.
She gets to have her go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a hit. So one of them is out.
Oh.
Yeah, he's out. And yeah, they'll get to have a go as well. Yeah, it's not great. Well, I mean, yeah, half as much damage as last time, so could be better, could be worse. And yeah, like look, last guy, he's on full health, but he just saw 2 of his guys go down fairly quickly. So obviously this guy's going to try and bail it. As he does, you hear like a loud kind of shriek sound, or an unnatural kind of sound, and that's the last you see of that guy.
Okay. Monster in the tree, huh?
At the moment, Sareth, it's actually a female elf, is like basically she's panting and so on, but she's kind of saying thank you for saving her life, that kind of talk.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't noticed anything unusual. You know, the final guys ran off. Yeah, but you're kind of keen to what's going on here.
Okay.
So if you want to do a perception check.
Perception.
Okay. You have no idea what it is. You're not even sure. Maybe it's the wind, or it could be anything.
I don't know. It just disappeared, man.
It might not even be there. It could just be an illusion.
Oh god.
As far as you're concerned, like it kind of looks like maybe a shadow, but could just as easily be the shadow of the tree.
Okay. Apparently.
Another round of basically combat passes, and nothing changes.
Okay, well, I think maybe it's possibly time to leave because I don't know what killed the thing, but clearly I can't see it, so I'm not gonna hang around for something I can't see.
Okay. Do you have like a preferred direction, or?
Well, I was looking for a deer, so
You want to follow the deer tracks?
I assume is she coming with me or what?
Yes, I mean yes, of course you can, but considering what you're asking, like very little time has passed. Like we haven't really had like a 10-minute dialogue. You're kind of talking about like let's get out of here. There might be something there, there might not be. So yes, of course you can, but just not a huge amount of time has passed. Like we're talking kind of in the realm of like 30 seconds of time has passed.
Okay.
Depending on what you want to do.
Words,
yeah.
We're leaving.
Okay.
Because something died over there, so we're leaving.
Okay. So you're taking the eastward direction?
I might go back the way I came. Do I have to go back to see where the deer tracks were, right?
You would have to go back that way, yeah.
Yeah, let's go back that way.
Okay. She starts to go with you a bit. We don't know where this guy is, so I'm going to put a general. We're still kind of theater of the mind here, so this kind of represents you've traveled. Maybe it's in that area, maybe it's not. And she starts to go with you just because of the panic of what's going on, and then she says like, "Stop, stop, stop! Wait, wait." So she tries to explain why she's in the forest on her own, and essentially she's an adventurer like you. And she's kind of actually the next generation of adventurers, because her mother was an adventurer. She's like the next one. She's actually from the area. She's like unlike you, she's not as unscrupulous, or not as she's not known by the city guard or anything like that. Or well, they know of her, but not in like a bad way. And basically, in the past, this character called a Blackguard, like an evil knight essentially, took a valuable family heirloom from the mother, and time has passed, it's never been recovered. And 20 years has passed. The mother's a bit older now, and she's basically on a quest to recover the missing family sword. And she knows it's not in the direction you're going.
Right.
So it's like the Blackguard guy kind of disappeared out of history and is presumed to have died. Presumed. Not sure, and she's basically investigating an old hideout where he's meant to be, or possibly even buried. And it's her first time traveling there. She knows of the location. It'll be heading to the west, and you're heading to the east.
Okay.
So she's kind of reluctant to go with you without a good reason. She certainly would be very interested in, like, helping her out. As you can see, she can see you're a capable warrior. Helped her out, but
Sure.
there's a certain amount of urgency to her quest. She's a bit stubborn, and she's been waiting like 10 years at least to grow up and be old enough to go on this particular quest.
Okay.
So
We can go two ways with this, to be honest.
yeah,
Let's see here. Fine, we'll go find this place that she's looking for.
okay,
There.
no
So I
problem.
suppose back the way.
So you're letting the deer go for now.
Yeah, I mean, I still have rations at the moment, so I can keep going.
You're fine. Yeah. I need to throw up her sheet as well, actually. See how she's doing. Yeah, she's not like typically you kind of expect elves to be more archers and so on, but she's actually a two-weapon fighter. Um, yeah, as far as I recall, she doesn't have any rations. She's actually ran out of rations. She's a bit on the edge of her end of her rope kind of situation. She's not coming from a wealthy family. She doesn't have strong adventurer connections or anything. She's just a fresh adventurer, a bit in over her head. So she is, yeah. I think at this point in the game, your options are, well, there's two key options really. Okay, so you're definitely going to check out the location. But you can see she's quite injured. So there's three options you can do. You can do what's called an extended rest, which is a full HP regen, which means camping the night. It's like about 8-12 hour cycle there. And then I suppose another question as well. Do you want to go to this location in the daytime or the nighttime? That is important too. So that is an option. Or you could do what's called a short rest, and she'll be able to recover. I think similar. Well, no, I'll check. That's your sheet there. Different characters have different hit dice. So no, she has D10 as well. She has 2 D10 that she can use as well. So she could start using some hit dice now to try and recover her health. So that would take about an hour. So basically, you could just chill out here for a minute, catch your breath. She can use some dice and try to regen her health. Or you could give her one of your potions. But I would say potions are kind of like, a bit more valuable. They're an instant heal. So there's quite a few options there about what you want to do. You're both agreed to go in the western direction, but should you rest? How do you rest? What time of the day do you want to take on this location? She describes it as like being a small keep of some kind, but at this point in time, more than likely, it's a ruin.
Okay. We'll take a short break.
Okay, you
Short
take a
rest.
short break. Could I get a perception check?
Sure.
Very good. Not the most perceptive of people here.
No.
One thing I have been thinking about is that when you have more characters, you get to roll more dice. But I noticed that makes the game essentially easier, right? So I'm still not decided. I'm not sure what way I want to manage that yet. But for now, I'm kind of saying there's one dice for the whole party kind of thing. So
I'm
even if
fine with the one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes more sense. I think it's not fair. Like if one party has like 20 people and they just keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
Yeah.
So at most the elf could add like a bonus to that, but that is like so low.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you're gonna take a short rest. So that means she needs to roll some 2d10 here, or well, 1d10. Mm, dear.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you basically chill out for an hour. Nothing unusual happens, but you notice that she hasn't really recovered as well as you would have liked. It's now coming to, I'd say about midday.
Okay. I'm gonna give her a potion.
Okay, and what's the health? What's the healing rate in your potions?
Where do I even see that?
That would be in your character sheet, and it would be in items.
I have 2 heal potions.
Yes.
D6 plus 2.
Yeah, they're quite potent.
Hmm.
I've actually modified it on my sheet to be put down to the standard version. So I've actually got on my sheet it's 2d4 plus 2, which is actually from the book. And you have 1d6 plus 2. So I guess I'll let you make a call. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to have? You only have one.
I have 2 heal potions on my screen here.
Okay.
My,
Oh, sorry.
my
I'm
sheet.
sorry. No, I'm looking at her sheet. No, I'm wrong on that one. Oh, she has a healing potion.
Oh well, get her to fucking take it.
Yeah, she's got a standard healing potion. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean I meant this to be a different person's character, so I haven't it's been a long time since
Yeah,
I've read this sheet. Yeah, she has actually got a standard healing potion.
Okay.
It was kind of a get out of jail free card for a new player, and she is a new adventurer, so I just need to make a note that she's used her potion. That should cover it though. 2d4 plus 2. Yeah, she should be fine. I think actually you probably want to make a diplomacy check here, Tom.
Diplomacy.
Do we have diplomacy?
What's my diplomacy?
Or is that gone now? That might be from a different edition, actually. Sorry.
See.
Religion. Persuasion. Oh, geez, you're not very good at that. You're not good at intimidation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
There used to be
man with a
diplomacy, but
shovel.
it's gone now. Sorry.
A man with a shovel is intimidating.
Yes.
Crack
So
skull.
you can do intimidation. You can do persuasion. Any skill that you think is relevant. Basically, why you're rolling here is because you're trying to convince her to use her potion instead of yours. Because you saved her life, essentially, I'm also going to give you advantage on this particular test. So you will get to roll 2 dice. I think that's fair. But you could also take it from a different skill angle. That's just what I've suggested.
I don't know. I don't really have anything other than, I suppose, persuading the person to heal thyself.
Yeah, because you've kind of announced that you have heal potion. You could also do deception. Now your charisma is just not great. You're kind of you're an honest guy. You're just a normal person. You're an honest guy. Because you could also say deception, which would be like, oh, I don't have any healing potions myself, that kind of way. But you've kind of given it away a little bit. So she knows that you have potions. Yeah, so this is definitely going to be, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say you take yours.
Yeah.
So what dice do I need for that?
A d20. These are all skill checks, so it's a d20.
It's a 2d20. So
No, one. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, 2d20 because you have advantage on this roll. Yeah, that's right.
2 points.
14,
Okay.
and she'll roll against you. So this is actually a contested roll. 17. Okay. Well, I haven't even checked her bonus yet. Yeah. So her bonus, I'd say she's pretty good at charisma. Yeah, she's not bad. Oh wow, she's really good, Tom. So she gets +3, +3 to the roll. Yeah, she basically she talks to you and like she says, it's her last potion. She's not feeling well. Yeah, I'm not saying you have to give her the potion. Certainly not.
I'm getting fleeced. This is
But
what this is.
yeah, you are. You don't have to give her the potion, but she's not going to use her own in this situation. She's going to suggest another extended rest. instead. So your option is to just basically wait a couple more hours, or to give her one of your potions.
Ugh. Um.
She's not being super cooperative.
I, I saved her life. What the?
She took it into account. She took it into consideration. But she has no food. She has no food. She has her last potion, and we're not even there yet. And all like we can just rest.
I'm willing to rest.
Okay.
Sit there and.
So are we going short or extended?
She wants an extended rest, right?
Well, you haven't specified yet what. Well, this is an important question because you haven't specified what time of day you want to basically investigate the tower. Do you want to investigate at night, or in the morning, or midday? Okay, well then you can definitely do an extended rest. That'll give her full HP. It'll also recover her dice, her hit dice, which you may need later anyway. So it would make perfect sense to me.
Okay. We'll do
So
that then.
yeah,
Next morning.
we'll do that. So you'll set up camp. I'll just roll a d20 here, Tom. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. As you're sleeping at night, we're going to use your green tent from before. So you're getting nice and cozy, the two of you, and you hear like crunching on the ground, like crunching of grass. It doesn't sound like. It doesn't seem to be the creature you thought from before, but like some crunching on the grass and a bit of sniffing.
Okay.
But there's no immediate danger, and then morning comes.
Fine. Perfect.
Yeah.
Just hug my shovel and roll back over.
Yeah. And yeah, she has 18 as a max. We're kind of getting into hunger again. I'm gonna say one ration for two is fine, because you haven't really done a massive amount in my opinion. So one ration for both. That puts you down to two rations. Deer's looking a bit more interesting at this point, I'd say. Yeah, that's fine. And again, you're kind of new to this thing. If I was you, after what I just said, I would be looking at maybe investigating the camp.
As in my camp.
Yeah, your camp.
All right. Okay. So for the thing that was moving around.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
So what skill would you like
D20.
to use?
That's
Well, what skill?
perception.
Yeah,
No?
that's good. You've actually got good perception, yeah. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, I'm pretty perceptive, even though I can't read shit.
Yes. Okay, so you investigate the camp and you see that to the north, in the direction of the deer, essentially, all the deer's long gone at this point. You notice what look like a mixture of human footprints and animal footprints, but you can't discern as to how many.
Okay.
And they also seem to be coming from the direction of the town.
Okay. All right. Right.
Sareth is unconcerned. She's unconcerned. She's kind of in a hurry.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll note that for later, but yeah, there's not much I'm gonna do with that, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, we start moving into the next zone, I guess, and we're attacking. Remind me again. Morning.
Morning, yep. Morning time.
Okay, I think that was actually a pretty good time to strike. Based on you wouldn't know, but I think overall, yeah, that was probably a pretty good time to strike.
Always attack at dawn.
Yeah, you're attacking at dawn, basically. Yeah. So I'm going to modify the map. That'll do. Coming up on your screen?
Yep. Large black circle.
Large black circle. So it's basically a ruined. You approach from the western side. I suppose you're east. Yeah. Basically you see a ruined tower, and it is morning. So in addition, you can just see shy of it a small tent.
Okay.
So
is that red square still there? Out of curiosity.
I'm not really willing to say one or the other, Tom, but I will say that I tell you what I will do for that, as it is theater of the mind, He certainly wouldn't be that close to Tara. If there is anything, it would be somewhere in that kind of reason. But
Yeah,
that particular one is theater of the mind.
okay.
That's not a specific location. But everything else is where it currently is.
Right. Sure, we'll go have a look at the old tent then, shall we?
Sareth is a little bit like cautious because she wasn't expecting a tent.
Okay.
That's unusual. You can tell from a distance it doesn't look like it looks much newer than the ruin.
Yeah. Someone's here.
I'm not saying. It just sounds like you want to just literally walk over there. I just want to be. So Sarah's kind of like holding you back a little bit, like physically just catches your shoulder and says, "Hang on a second, like, have you thought this through?" You know.
I just feel like swinging my shovel over my shoulder, just going over and have a look.
Okay, no problem.
I'm a mere grave digger. I'm gonna dig these person's grave. Come on.
So move your character over to the position you want to be in. Okay. As you approach, you notice the entrance of the tent is from here.
Okay.
And you've startled someone who's in there. You hear a lot of rustling, a lot of panicked movement. Yeah.
Can I suppose, call out to them?
Yes.
I do that, so.
What do you say? Come out. Do you want to throw in an intimidation roll into that?
I don't know, what's my intimidation?
-1.
Come on.
Or just pure roleplay for this?
Yeah. We're gonna charisma. Fucking garbage. How do I make my charisma better other than
leveling up items, rolling a new character? It's one of your it's one of your fundamental traits. So your constitution is good. You're also a trained archer. You're pretty strong. You've good kind of like survival skills. But you're not super bad in terms of charisma. But you're just like an average guy. You know, your character is generally honest. He's I guess just an honest guy, you know, and likes to rely on his own personal skills as opposed to trying to use his words to get out of situations. He prefers to use his skills, not necessarily in a malicious way, but certainly just he's more just a self-reliant person. So you haven't spent any real amount of time toning your persuasion skills. So when it comes to a situation like this, you're generally speaking, your motives are fairly transparent.
Okay.
Yeah. As you're deciding what to do, you have a character kind of rustles his way. He doesn't take the main entrance. He rustles his way out the other side in a bit of a panic. Doesn't know what's going on. And you see this individual here, just very disheveled, surprised, wearing red robes, and he's like, "Who are you? What do you want? Get back!" He's kind of just a scrambling of words and of that nature. He's just totally surprised by at first, like, he thought it was an animal, but once you called out, you've made it even worse. And he's just slowly backing away, trying to create some distance between you and him. He's unclear what's going on. At this point, you can't tell what kind of person this is, because he like, if he did have armor, for example, you've rushed him out of the tent, so you wouldn't know. But all he has at the moment is a red robe, that's visible.
Can I do a perception check on him to give him
perception?
Over?
Perception or maybe history, depending on what way you want to go with it. Because it depends on what way you want to look at it. Perception would be for like trying to identify what you're looking at. History might give you a bit more background. I guess perception first, right?
Well, I want to see what he's like got on his person, I suppose.
Yeah, perception would probably be more.
Yeah, plus it's better than my history, so yeah, let's do that. Let's do it all perception.
Okay, plus average.
3.
Oh, plus 3. Okay. Yeah. So you see that the red robe. Maybe like a dagger's on the floor. He's kind of he's fumbled that, but it looks like maybe a gold dagger. It doesn't look like a common dagger. It looks like a bit strange, and possibly a staff, a piece of wooden stick, something like that.
Okay.
He's got a shaved head. No discernible items of armor.
Okay. I'm tempted to walk forward and pick up the dagger.
It's literally at his feet though.
All right. Okay. So
He's like he rushed out of the tent with what he could, and he's still a little bit disheveled. He's trying to put himself together at the moment.
Can I tell him to stand where he is? Though my fucking speech is apparently.
He wants to know. He wants to know who you are.
Nobody.
Nobody. I don't know many nobodies that sneak up on my tent at night.
Morning.
What do you want? Who walks into a camp like that? Who does that?
Person who doesn't give a shit. No, I'm just here for just passing through. Passing through.
Okay. Well.
Say good morning, but apparently you're freaking out.
Okay. So basically, the guy starts to regain his composure, and he's still offended by your nature. You could have said, you could have called out. You could have, I thought it could have been a wild animal or something. But anyway, he claims to be an archaeologist.
Okay.
And that this is his site, and he's doing some research on the site.
Okay.
What
research?
Just historical interest.
Vague at best.
You need to roll. Typically, what you do in this situation is you do an insight check. That's like, if you remember from L.A. Noire, that thing we try to figure out. Yeah. So insight check is what you're looking for here.
I've got I got one.
Plus one. It's not bad. You're level 2. You're level 2, Tom.
No. Let's do that then. Insight. 8.
Okay. You are not sure if he's telling you the truth or not, but as you said, you feel like he's not giving you the full story. He's not giving you a huge amount of information either way.
All right. And I'm curious to see what's inside in the tent, but I only want to glance in. I don't want to go rifling through the fucking thing while he's outside. I just want to look in the front.
So that would require you to move to the front of the tent.
What?
And as you do that, he kind of moves back nervously with his dagger in hand. And at a glance, you see some bedrolls, like some notes and things. It's very hard to say beyond that, Tom. You're still standing outside. You don't see anything, like you don't see a glistening weapon or anything of that. Nothing's reflecting its way out. But like some paper, bedroll, certainly not. There certainly isn't a creature in there.
Okay, it's fine. So good to know.
Yeah.
And I assume he's got his little fire set up and shit like that.
The fire would have been actually at the front, so we'll say that the entrance to the ruin is here, right? And the fire's gone out. It's blackened out. It's morning. He's gone to bed for the night. So yeah, it's just a blackened out. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. It's impossible to convince a man, considering I have literally no charisma at all.
You could ask Sareth to jump in some way and do a test for you, because what she's got going on is like your weaknesses. She's got very good Arcana, which is important for detecting magic.
Okay.
Perception's pretty good, and insight is slightly better than you as well. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff you could use there.
How
So
about her charisma?
her charisma is +1, so a little better than yours, but really, I guess compared to yours, it's +2, right? So it's better in that sense, but it's not. There's nothing to write home about there. But what is of note is she's got pretty good persuasion, as you already know. Investigation's okay. Arcana could be useful for detecting magic. That's actually one of her strongest points, actually. And she's also got very good perception.
Fine, I'm gonna use her persuasion to persuade your man we're not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Considering she persuaded me to.
Okay. So, yeah, he relaxes a little bit. He's not pointing his dagger at you as such. It's like, next time call. Like next time, don't be so in my face. And please move on. Like I want to continue my work.
I'm gonna let her talk here and explain why we're here. If that's possible.
It is possible, but I'm just wondering would Sareth agree with you on that? Like she's very like when it comes to this heirloom, she's very cagey.
Uh-huh.
So if we have an archaeologist here, who is looking to recover items from the site, she knows more than likely it's here. So she just kind of shakes her head back and forth, saying like, "No, I'm not going to say anything."
Fine. I'm gonna try and persuade your man that I'm also an archaeologist because I have a shovel.
Okay. Yeah, why not? Go for it.
So this is a persuasion, I suppose, is it?
Yeah. Well, you decide. You decide.
Oh, God's sake. Everything about my charisma is garbage. Yeah, we'll try persuasion, even though it's -1 and it's gonna bite me in the ass. Okay, 16.
Okay, that's a good success. So he's relieved to have more assistance to help in the excavation. As he got here first, he claims the site, so he'll lead the excavation essentially.
Okay with that.
Sareth again is very untrusting of this guy, and she's actually a little bit unsure of you now as well, because she's not sure uh, whose side you're on here. I thought you were helping with her quest. Now you're drawing an extra guy into the story,
Yeah.
So basically, he's located the main entrance, but he hasn't began exploring yet, or hasn't. Start of the day. He was going to make the start today, and he invites you two to go in first.
I'm okay with this. Let's go.
Okay, so you're all going to go in together, and he'll follow up behind you.
Okay. I assume I have to do like a perception on like the main hallway or whatever the entrance.
You certainly can. You come up. Well, I mean, I'll just move you to the front, which is actually where the fire was. So you're coming up there, and you just see like basically a ruined entryway. Looks pretty old. Maybe like maybe 100 years old, something like that. The whole building itself is a massive tower, but a lot of it has collapsed down on itself. There's nothing really of great interest there. But this particular entrance leads down a stairway into the dark. So there's pitch black down there.
Okay. Let's see. I have a torch.
Do indeed.
I wish to throw a torch down into the darkness.
Okay. Let's see how many torches you actually have.
I have 9.
9, okay. You're getting the swing of it now. Okay, you throw a torch down there. You hear some skittering, like a wild animal. More than likely, afraid of the torch. And you can actually see the bottom of the stairway, and there doesn't seem to be anything there. It goes down about 10 feet, so about, 15 steps or something like that. Straight down, you can see stone, nothing unusual, and as I said, it sounds like the skittering of an animal trying to get away.
Okay. A curiosity. Does she have any like? I don't know how it works. she have any like spells or anything like that?
It's a good question.
For light.
Good question. Actually, she has something better than that. She has what's called dark vision, which allows her to see in the dark.
Okay.
And then also she has Fey ancestry. Don't remember. Think it's magic. I think she has some magic. Don't remember, Tom. It's not my responsibility to know everything and anything about the player characters. So she has some kind of magic. I don't remember. But she can see in the dark. She doesn't need torches. It would improve her vision if she did, but she doesn't need them. You're a human, so you do need torches to see in the dark.
Okay. Well, can I get her to go first?
Yes, and that's an automatic success because this is her site. She wants to go in there. This is what she wants to do.
Yeah.
So she goes straight in, and you lose sight of her.
Right. I need to follow her.
So you follow in. Okay.
I need my torch as well. Yeah.
And you can pick up your torch. So you're going to pick up your torch as well, I presume.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to move on.
Is your man following as well?
Hard to say, Tom. Hard to say.
He did say he was going to follow.
Yeah.
Oh well. On we go.
So you should be moved on to a new scene now, right?
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah. The map's kind of in the middle of the thing, so you'll have to scroll it down.
Yeah.
You should see your character and Sareth there.
Yep.
And you'll see a red item here.
Yeah.
So that is the creature, and it's moved further, and it's gone through here. Although I'm not saying more than that because you've just came at the entrance.
Yeah. Gone into the dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said Sareth is moving on, so she's further advanced down the hallway.
Okay.
And she has discovered
Another.
2 more enemies.
Cool.
She knows what they are, you don't because you're further away.
Okay. Well, I need to obviously get closer.
Okay. Well, you still have control of your character, I believe.
All right. Okay.
I need to actually increase her health. She's lost the HP here. Okay. So you recognize these as tomb rats.
Okay.
Not particularly powerful, but nonetheless, not something you want to get swarmed by.
Okay.
We're probably about, I don't know, 10 seconds away from a combat here. If there's anything else you want to do, you guys are looking at going first, I would say, because it doesn't seem like these creatures have really taken advantage of the situation.
No, I'm gonna splat the rat with my shovel.
Okay. You'll have to move in then, whichever rat you're talking about.
This lad straight up.
Yeah, that's no problem, Tom. And that'll be a d20, which will give you.
Oh wow, he's a skittery fucker, isn't he?
1 second. Let's see. I want to just double check your proficiency.
+2.
+2. Okay. Oh, my screen's freaking out a little bit there. Okay. You can manage your sheet. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even. That was a natural 1. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, you come down with the shovel. He skits around the shovel, jumps onto the shovel, Tom, and now is currently on your head. He just like skirts up to your head, kind of maybe around the neck area, So not really where you want him to be.
Well.
And you're looking at, yeah, he basically starts to gnaw on your cloak or whatever, but otherwise ineffective. Other guy is moving into position. He sees you're like having some problems. He's just moving into position. Sarah's coming up, and she'll go for some damage as well. And that's a miss. Second round of combat, both of you are up. You currently have a character who's on you, so
Yeah.
and
I need to get him
another one kind of trying to gnaw at your boots.
I need to get him off.
And
So,
my apologies, Tom. But by this point, you should also be able to see. Or no, is that actually on your layer? No.
I only see the other one that's skidded off into the dark.
But do you see anything else? Like, do you see a golden box there?
Oh yeah, up the top, yeah. I do.
Okay, so that's basically an altar.
Okay.
Of what nature you don't really know. But yeah. So sorry, what you saying?
I need to get this rat off my head.
Yeah.
So what do I even use for that? Swipe at the rat with like my hand or some shit?
Yeah, but you could throw in a skill as well.
Hmm.
You could even just use your flat proficiency bonuses and create a skill. For example, like if you have a strength bonus, you could say grapple. So like, what's your +2 on your strength? So I would just go flat strength grapple. I mean, to a certain extent, to be honest with you, the predefined skills on the sheet are kind of suggestions because you can make up your own skills as long as you're deriving them from your
the
base.
base
Yeah,
number,
yeah, which sometimes you need to do because so many different situations that can occur. So yeah, that's what we'll go for there. Yeah, so you have +2. So what's your goal here?
just to smack him off my head, to be honest.
So are you gonna flick him off? Are you gonna grab him? Like, what's the action?
Grab and throw.
Okay.
So D20.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I fucked him across the room.
Okay. You pick him up. You grab him. You squeeze him a little bit as well. In your rage, you throw him. He hits the altar. The altar seems to like illuminate, like this bright kind of yellowish light illuminates the whole area for a little while, and like the rat just explodes in a gore of blood in the light.
Okay. That's an interesting way to go.
Sareth tries to step down on the rat, misses. He's going to try and dodge around that. Coming over here like that. He'll then make an attack on you. Actually, you get an opportunity attack on him because he moved around you. So you get to make an extra strike on this guy, however you want to do it.
Shovel time.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. He comes back in. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Yep. You take 8 damage, Tom.
Ow. A rat.
You're level 2. But yeah. So basically, as you come down with the shovel, he just really bites in on your finger and he just really gnarls it.
Okay.
If he does that again, you're going to be fighting at disadvantage with your attacks. You can manage, but you don't want to be at disadvantage fighting with that arm. I'm going to say the right arm because that's what you came down on with. So
What's Constitution?
Constitution is your physical fortitude,
Okay.
like to disease and maybe even, for example, if you're underwater, eventually you'd be rolling on Constitution for out of air oxygen and such. That's what Constitution is. It's also what derives your HP as well as your class. But anyway.
Yeah. She going to attack him? Or am I going to attack him again?
She already attacked and missed, and you are actually up. Yeah. When it comes, there's actually something in D&D called initiative. And what you're supposed to do, everyone's supposed to roll initiative on their dexterity, and you get into initiative tracker. With my own sort of tabletop background, I prefer more you go I go, because it's just extra bookkeeping and it adds to very little. Either you have the surprise attack or they have the surprise attack. As far as I'm concerned, it just keeps things flowing. So there's initiative on your sheet. I don't generally use it because it would mean like you go and then he goes and then Sareth goes and it just gets a little bit messy after a while. But yeah, so you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna smack him down with the fucking shovel.
Okay.
Try it again. Yeah, that worked.
And roll for damage.
that just D20 again? Is
No, it'll be whatever the damage is on the sheet for your shovel.
Oh right. Oh yeah, one D4 plus
Plus,
2.
yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, so he looks badly wounded, and then once again, the altar starts to act a little strange, and he catches like a radiant fire comes around him. It's not a natural fire; it looks like a holy fire, and just finishes him off.
Okay.
Sareth is looking a little bit like bewildered. It's like, that's a really good. That is an amazing shovel. Is that a magic shovel?
It's the only thing the game will allow me to use. Feel like I'm the fucking shield hero in that fucking anime. Rising of the Shield Hero. You can only use a shield, you can't use any weapon.
Mm.
Okay, so 2 dead, and you need to be careful of this holy altar thing because it'll zap me. So
Well, what you could do is either you or Sareth could do an Arcana check.
Well, she has the better, so let her do it.
Yeah. Do you have her sheet as well? Actually,
I don't know.
if you go to,
Did you put it in already?
yeah, it's in the tab called Journal. You'll see a sheet called Sareth 2.
Journal.
Yeah, it's the third tab in on Roll20. I left all the character sheets in there.
2.
So you should be able to click on that, open a new tab, and just save it a local copy. You'll get a JPEG or something of all her stats. Because I've closed the character sheets on my side because I have enough tabs going on.
Yeah.
So it's acting a bit weird.
That's fine.
I am keeping track of your used inventory though, for
That's
later.
Fine. Her Arcana is +4, so yeah, she can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
14.
So what she identifies from this essentially is that it looks like a holy altar. It doesn't look like it. She doesn't get any sense of a maliciousness to it. But it kind of suggests that it was there to, I guess, sanctify the area. There's also a deity sitting on top of it, but there doesn't seem to be any magical energy emanating from that specifically. But just the entire altar is definitely magical, and it doesn't seem to be malicious.
Okay. Yes, it wiped out two rats.
Mm.
Okay, so there's a little deity statue on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I go closer for a look at that?
Of course, yeah.
I have to roll a perception for looking at it.
Well, first of all, where is your character going to be positionally?
I'm gonna go like there.
Okay. Yeah.
And roll perception.
Okay.
+3.
Yeah, no problem. So it's basically like a female like character holding a religious icon, which you identify as being like, how would I say, kind of equivalent to the Christian kind of religion, where you have the priest who tries to prevent possession and that kind of thing. It's like it's a warding religious icon to ward away evil. You also notice that the figure is not firmly stuck to the. It's not like a single. She's not sculpted out of the altar. You could probably shift her off the altar if you wanted to, and she's about a foot or a foot and a half in size.
So heavy. Made of stone.
Made of stone. Yeah, made of stone. So it is a stone figure, but it doesn't look like it's part of the altar.
Okay. I don't feel like picking that up. That seems like a. I've seen Indiana Jones. I know what happens when you pick up a fucking statue off an altar. All the plate starts coming down. And I assume this is not the thing that we're looking for because it's
Yeah,
sword, right?
Sareth confirms that what they're looking for is a sword that was taken from her family by this character called the Blackguard, an ancient um, order of basically evil knights, if you will. And this is supposed to be essentially where he lives. Obviously not anymore. It's in ruin, and she suspects this is where we will find the artifact.
Okay. If I touch the altar, will that do anything? I wonder.
Up to you, Tom.
So I don't know. Possibly place my hand on the altar to see, you know.
Okay, you put your hand on the altar, and you feel like a tingling sensation come up through your hand. It's not going numb or anything. You don't lose your sensation, but it's like a slight tingling.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, nothing unusual.
Mm. We'll leave this for the time being. This might be one of those things we grab on the way out.
Could very well be. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're with Sarah now. You've caught up to her, and she's none the wiser about what direction to take. These red lines that you're looking at, you're close enough to see what it is now. Are curtains.
Curtains.
Yes.
Okay.
They're a bit moldy, shall we say, but
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah, curtains. So they're not solid doors.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the gold circle down the
Just move your character.
there.
You're gonna go in there. Okay.
Yeah.
You go into this room here. You pull back the curtain, and I need to just double check this, Tom. Getting a bit of slowdown on my side. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear.
No.
Right. Password. Okay. 1.
Ow.
And another 1.
What?
Okay, so we're looking at 2 hits. Oh dear, Tom. And I'll just simplify this damage for now, I think. Go in for, 3d6. "13 damage, Tom.
13.
13 damage. And you see before you... Let's see if I can get him in position here. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see before you a skeletal figure with a chainmail suit on, not covering his whole body, but it's like like a chainmail coat.
Mm-hmm.
If they had any clothes, it's evaporated because the whole figure is actually on fire at the moment, and they're holding a sword, which is also on fire and is somewhat illuminated or shimmering.
Okay.
And they howl at you menacingly, but like in a unnatural way.
I'm going to die. I need to back away from this character and let what's her face deal with this.
Sareth.
Mm.
Okay, you might want to move out of there. And I suppose it's not unreasonable that this curtain has also caught fire as
Yep.
you're moving out. So that's evaporated. Sareth's in shock, and she identifies immediately that the item in his hand is the artifact.
Straight in. Got it. No problem.
She'll go in for an attack. She's not going to waste any time.
20.
20, not bad. She'll move in for a natural 20. I think she's actually a two-handed fighter. So I need to. Can you actually just confirm? Does that mean she gets to attack twice?
Uh,
Yeah, you could look at the mini version of her sheet. See how that goes.
2-weapon fighting. When you engage in 2-weapon, you can add your ability modifier +3 to damage of the second attack. So I assume she has 2 attacks. Yeah?
When you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier +3 to the damage of the second attack. Ah, yes.
So she has to swipe twice, I assume.
Yeah. She gets 2 attacks. So the first attack is the critical.
+5.
+5 damage. Let me think
Ashes.
about that for a second, because I know the other attack's an offhand attack. +3 to the damage on the second attack.
Well, yeah, on the second attack suggests surely that she's swiping twice, right?
Yeah, I'll need to think a little bit more about that later on, but sure, I'll just keep them the same for. I know there's like if it's an offhand attack, she doesn't get the same bonus, but on her sheet they're the same, and that might just be one of her traits somewhere that I'm just not seeing at the moment. So I don't want to modify that.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm just going to treat them as the same. Maybe I'll use it as a yeah. I tell you what, I'll give her disadvantage on the second attack, but certainly the first attack's coming in hard.
Okay.
Second attack, 12, and at disadvantage. That's a miss. Okay. Primary attack. How much damage does the short sword do?
Attack bonus is +5. 1d6
1d6 plus 5.
3 slash.
Slash?
Yeah, I don't know. It's cut off a bit.
Oh, okay, let me just double check that. Let me double check it.
Don't know what the slash is.
Oh, sorry, slash is the type of damage. So it's slashing
Alright.
damage, like it's a sword. So she's getting 1d6 plus 3. Okay. That's fine, Tom. 1d6 plus 3. So that's 6 damage multiplied up to 12 damage. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all, Tom. And this character is heavily staggered, and he starts to fall back a little bit. He's like from the force of the attack, he sort of falls back. He looks a bit more ragged, and she's done a very serious gash in some of the chainmail. So the chainmail is actually shattered from one side, and he's kind of reeling from the attack, is the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Which puts him actually out of damage for his weapon for the second round of combat. So he'll actually miss a round of combat, which is a good thing because he could have pretty much killed Sareth in one go. Yeah, so that kind of lucks out.
Okay. Let's see. I need to chug a potion.
Yeah, big time, big time. You're also an archer, so you don't necessarily need to go in so close, you know.
Yeah, well, I still need to chug a potion, or else I'm gonna get swiped somehow. So what I have, 1 potion and heal potion d6 plus 2.
That's your second potion. You also have second wind, so you could roll a 1d10 for second wind, which would you can only do that once per encounter.
Yeah.
And it does, yeah. So you have a choice. Do you want to swig the potion, or do you want to use your second wind, which is your warrior ability? So I would recommend the second wind.
Yeah, we'll go with second.
It's a free ability, and then you've used it up, and you still keep your potion.
Yeah, let's do that. So, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to d10 plus your fighter level, which is what? Fighter level.
2.
2. All right. Okay.
D10 plus 2.
Yeah. That's fine. Let's do that. D10 plus 2. 6.
Okay, so if you want to just click on your character there, you can just type in the red bubble. Do you actually have enough control to type in +6 into where the 3 is? Is it? No, sorry, what did you roll?
But 4 plus 2.
4 plus 2 is... Ooh, okay. I wasn't sure. I was like, what?
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah. So I have 9.
Fair enough. Yeah. So if you just open up the bubble, you can type in +9 and you'd be good to go.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I need to chug a health potion.
Yeah.
It's the only option here.
Yeah.
Second wind sucks ass. The second time it's fucked me up. So D6 plus 2.
Mm.
5.
Okay.
You're killing me here. So
That's your 2 potions used up. You've no more potions, I believe.
did I use my second potion? I didn't give her a potion.
Oh, you didn't give her a potion.
No. We
Oh, you did the same, right? No, you're right. No,
Sorry.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I can go check the video later on. Say, hang on a second, where did that third potion come from? But yeah, no, you're. As far as I know, that is. Yeah, you did an extended rest. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not going to die in one slash, I imagine. So
He's very powerful, Tom. He actually has. I can tell you right now, he actually has a double attack with a flaming sword, and he's on fire as well. So just even being near him is dangerous.
okay,
Yeah.
let's try. Let's try the longbow again.
Whilst you're doing all of that, I'd say your turn has passed.
Okay.
So Sarah's going to come in for another attack.
Okay.
I'd say she'd even be suicidal in this particular situation.
Yeah.
Oh man, she's just not having a good day, Tom. Swing and a miss.
What a miss.
Yeah, bad. He comes in. First attack. I can actually, yeah, okay. I haven't used that yet. I can roll 2 at once. Oh man, that's a double hit. And I'll stick with before. I'll stick with 3d6. That worked out fine last time. So 3d6. 11 damage.
God damn.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Basically, Sareth is on fire at the moment. So for that reason alone, because she's very stubborn, I don't think she would move away for any other reason. She's going to run out a bit. I'm not doing that to protect the character. It's just I don't think she would stand there on fire. So she's kind of running back to a position where she feels safe. She's trying to put herself out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Death guard guy is going to move up quite slow. And as he moves further in front of you, you can see that the fire of his body is actually starting to affect him. He doesn't seem as solid. Some of the the bones and the ligaments so on are actually starting to char from the flame he's under.
Okay.
And he threatens you with basically saying like, "Leave my tomb or you shall die."
Right. To which I respond, "Go to hell," and pick out my arrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot this guy. Let's see. I got longbow. That's 1d8 plus 7 plus 3. The attack roll is plus 7, but the plus 3 for the shot.
Yeah. Well, +7 is the bonus to your dice.
Okay.
I've included the bonus already in that number.
All right. Okay.
Just to yeah.
Okay, so that's a d8.
You need to roll. You need to roll a d20 first. See if you hit him.
No, damn it.
I'm not going to count that.
So go d20 instead.
+7 though, right?
The attack, yeah. Yeah.
Let me think about that for a second. Math hard. No, that's a hit. You do hit him. You do hit him.
Yeah. Okay.
Damage.
Now the d6 or d8. Boom.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus 3, right?
You shoot him. You damage him, and actually the arm that isn't holding the sword comes clean off, falls to the ground in ash.
Okay.
Let's see. Sarah's turn. I don't think she's liking this. She's gonna swig that potion she has. What's the effect of her potion?
Her potion. 2d4 plus 2.
Can you roll that for me, please?
Yeah. 2d4 plus 2. That's 5 plus 2. 7.
7. Okay. That's not bad. It's doubling her health.
Nice.
She might only slightly die.
Only slightly.
Okay, this guy's coming in, and I believe he's already lost an arm. I'm gonna say his one attack. I mean, he's looking pretty bad.
Okay. It's not that bad.
He's hit. 1d6 plus 3, 6 damage. Okay, okay. I'd say she survives that, no problem. That's minus 6. And I'm going to make a Constitution save with Sareth, see if she catches fire. And what's her bonus?
Her
Or Constitution.
her constitution -1.
Okay, she's on fire.
Fine, she could run back a bit, right?
Yeah, she can run back.
6.
Ouch. Ouch, Tom.
Oh no. Not like this.
Okay, she's out.
She dead?
No, she's on 2. She's 2 health, and no potions left. You're definitely reaching the limits of your ability here. You've only explored half of this area, but you did kind of stumble into the big bad's room, you know. Yeah. So, I think you're up to shoot, Tom. Unless I'm mistaken, it's your turn to shoot.
Okay.
Because
So-
he's attacked. Yeah.
Let's see. Wrong one. Okay, so we'll do the longbow again, I suppose. 20. 15.
Damage.
plus 7.
Oh, a nice hit. Damage.
Then my 1d8 plus 3. That's 10 damage.
Wow. Okay. You shoot the bow. Easy hit. The arrow goes right through his eye socket, taking the head with it, clean off his shoulders, and smashes against the wall. He's now staggering around blind, flailing the sword.
Okay.
And basically loses his round attack. But he's just attacking wildly in every direction at the moment.
Okay.
And the fire has really started to engulf him, so I would recommend keeping distance if possible.
Okay. So what you're saying is I need to throw the shovel.
You could, you certainly could. There's nothing stopping you from doing that.
Let's try that. We're going to use the shovel Bushido.
Okay.
Oh, do I have that? Hang on. What's that? Oh no, I thought I saw something there.
As his skull hits the wall, actually, as it shatters, he laughs maniacally,
Okay.
like a madman, and it echoes around the chamber.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna use the shovel.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. Throw. That's
Plus
a 9.
9. What's your bonus with that?
Plus 4.
Oh, plus 4.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you come in with a swing. You're throwing it at him, right?
Yeah, just throwing it at him.
Oh yeah, it embeds in his rib cage, takes away one of the legs, stumbles, crashes to the floor.
Yeah.
Done. The whole area is on fire, and the sword is there, but it seems to be unharmed by the flame.
I assume I can put out the fire, right?
Well, you could try, certainly. Also, I mean, the floor is cold stone. There's no curtains or anything nearby, nothing flammable nearby. It's probably going to go about on its own reasonably quick.
Okay. All right. just leave it there for a second while.
You guys are trying to recuperate. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's out. Sarah's not really doing much at the moment. She's a bit intimidated to approach. And yeah, eventually it just simmers down, and you've got this sword sitting there in the colds of this guy's remains.
Okay. I take my shovel back and I pick up that sword.
Okay, can I get a Constitution test?
Constitution.
Yep.
Mine's +4.
Oh yeah.
It's just D20, right?
Yeah. Flat. Yeah. Straight D20 plus your bonus.
7.
7. Okay, Dom. Okay. You take 1 point of damage because the sword itself is still searing hot.
Okay. I'll just take it down there.
But yeah, so you pick up the sword, searing hot. You immediately drop it, realizing okay, the fire's out, but not the heat is still there. You let a little bit more time pass when it looks safe to pick it up. You pick up that, and you pick up your shovel.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Job's a good one.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'd say fairly soon Sarah's going to be demanding that sword off you, but she's in no position to argue at the moment. She's very, very badly hurt. On her last legs kind of situation.
Okay.
And she has no real desire to continue searching this area because essentially we've got what we came for.
Yeah. And okay, so I'm gonna take that figurine on the altar.
Okay. Okay, you snatch it, no problem. There's nothing around. Okay, Tom. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely having some problems here, Tom. Okay, that's 3 plus 5. So that's 3 plus 5. 8 damage, Tom. As you take the statuette away, you feel the radiant energy going up your arm, and actually causes harm this time. It tries to essentially persuade you to leave the statuette where it is, and essentially electrifies you in the process. But you have it. You have it.
Uh-huh.
But you have just this feeling in your stomach of impending doom.
Because it's electrifying me.
No, it's gone. It's gone. There's nothing going on unusual, but just as you hold the statue in your hand, you feel like something bad's going to happen.
Okay. Damn it, I really want the statue. Logs in a museum. Fine, I'll put it back.
You put it back. Okay. You put back the statue. The entire altar lights up in sort of furious energy,
Okay.
and then quiets down.
Okay. That's fine. What about I kind of want to explore that circular room, considering your man is now dead. Or
Yeah,
actually, no,
yeah.
I can't search him. Is he completely burnt out?
Oh, he's completely charred. I mean, you can search him, but all we're looking at here is because he was on
Dark.
fire. Any garments he had would have been destroyed. Any items, all that remains is basically a damaged chainmail, and it's old, Tom. It's very old.
Okay, trash.
Yeah, at this
That's fine.
stage, at this point. I mean, it may have had some historical relevance, but at this point, it's so badly damaged. By the time you get it anywhere, it'll be done.
Okay. I'll have a look at the circular room there.
Okay, move your character into position. Okay, you look at the circle, and what that is actually like these glyphs drawn in a circular pattern on the floor.
Okay.
You could probably look at a Arcana check.
It's my Arcana, which is a 0.
Nothing wrong with the 0. There's a straight
No.
D20.
Straight D20 it is. We'll do it. So 6.
6.
Not a lot.
Okay. You don't really glean any more information from this.
Well, it's time to leave.
I would
Get the
recommend
hell
that.
out.
Okay,
That's fine.
you make your way for the entrance. The way you basically make your way back, you start to climb up the stairs, and you wonder, did you go the wrong way? Because the stairs go up, and then there's just nothing. It's just blocked. It's like stone wall.
Okay. Uh,
You take a closer look, and it looks like a part of the wall maybe has collapsed or something of that nature.
okay. How the hell do you get out of a dungeon that's already collapsed?
Well, I think you can see the full map, right?
Yeah.
Any of the areas that are there's actually two separate entrances. Sorry, there's other ways to get out. So you definitely would have some knowledge of this one.
Okay.
So you could just head out
All right.
that way. There's no real problem with that.
Okay. Uh, I'll go here and look down the
Okay. You
hallway.
look down the hallway. You don't see anything unusual. You see there's a curtain here. Um, you suspect that the rat from earlier more than likely went in that direction, and then you see some large object to in the opening there, the gold item there.
Yep.
Um, Possibly an altar, but you're kind of far away to determine that, or a piece of furniture or something like that.
Okay.
Inanimate.
Okay. Uh, feel like I should throw my torch down the hallway there.
Okay. What? Just move your character to where you want the torch to land. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, I'm moving back. You throw your torch down the hallway. It lands fairly close to the object. It illuminates the object. It does look like a much larger altar with a menacing element to it. The whole thing lights up in a flame, and this spectral being comes out of the altar, all flame. Unlike the other character, which was a person on fire, this is just made entirely out of fire,
Okay.
and it swings down with its sword on the torch, destroys the torch, and then the whole thing goes black, and now you're in darkness.
Booby trap. Great. uh, hmm.
So yeah, you might like at the moment you can't see anything, Tom. It's pitch black. Sareth can still kind of can see around. She's got dark vision, so she's okay. Um,
Gonna light up my torch again. I have 8.
yeah,
Still.
second torch basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's fine. We're back to normal. Uh, let's see. How do I tell if it's reacting to the movement of it or to the fire? That's the problem.
You probably have like again, you have Arcana, you have Investigation. You need to make a
Okay.
skill check.
My investigation is garbage. My Arcana is Arcana is garbage. Hers is better, so I'm gonna get her to do it.
Sure.
+4 to hers.
Okay. And she says to you, she basically says to you, she's taking a bit of a risk here. Hand me the sword, and then I'll help.
uh,
Otherwise, you're on your own, and I can pick the sword off your corpse when you're done.
I'm just gonna give her the sword.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. I mean, it's her family heirloom. Yeah, so she's more relaxed for sure. Although she's increasingly anxious to get the hell out of here now. So she's kind of on the same page as you now. Yeah, so she'll make the roll. Can you make the roll for me, please, Tom?
Okay.
My machine is buckling a little bit, so I don't want to test it too much.
14.
Okay, so
+4.
what she gleans from this is that essentially, um, there is a fire elemental living in the altar,
Okay.
and the magic energy is coming from the altar, but she doesn't sense a magical force anywhere else in the hallway.
Tells me nothing.
Well, no, I mean, well, okay, she just describes a bit more. Then essentially, what she's trying to say here is that you think it's a booby trap. She's inclined to agree with that, but it's a bit more than a booby trap. There's actually something living in the altar, but there is nothing in the hallway itself that triggers the altar.
Okay.
Essentially, you threw an item near the altar, and it activated the spirit within it.
Okay.
It wasn't like a tripwire or anything of that nature, as far as she knows.
Okay. She can go first.
More than happy to go first.
She wants to get out. I'll
Yeah.
follow.
She skirts around here. Staying basically as far away from the altar as possible, and makes it out safely. And you do the same, no problem.
Yep.
So both of you are out. Okay, so you come out, no sign of the guy. No sign of the guy. Tent's still there though, so he could be in the tent. And you see yourself being flanked by undead creatures.
Okay. I don't have the health for this. I need to shoot one of them with a longbow, I think.
Are you sure?
Well, there's not much else.
Well, I'd probably recommend a perception check.
Okay.
Because you don't even know what you're dealing with at this point, and we're not officially in combat yet, so.
Perception of 17.
Okay.
Plus 18. Well, that's a 20.
Okay.
Give it to me. All of it.
Basically, it's a shambling zombie, a freshly raised corpse. You're not sure where they came from because, as far as you were concerned, you didn't see anything like this when you were here. They look different to what was inside the tomb in terms of dress and appearance. Also knowing that they're zombies, they're shambly, Tom. They're slow, so you feel confident you could outrun them.
Okay.
So there's no strong, unless you really want to engage these, you don't have to. And also I want to point out that I've only shown what you can see in terms of, like, there's a large ruined tower here. So both of your characters have the instinct here, being zombies, there could be a lot more. This is just your line of sight, if you will.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot the zombie up to the north with an arrow.
Can I ask an honest question now? Why are you not booking it?
Because I can shoot a zombie in the head, right?
You can. I guess this is probably just I don't know, insider knowledge D&D, I guess. But zombies are typically more, or I suppose fantasy war games in general, but zombies are more resistant to damage than a typical undead.
All right.
Because they're freshly raised, they have a lot more meat on the bones, so shall we say? So like, there's a 100% chance that is not going to kill him outright. I mean, I'm not saying it won't damage him, but they have extra fortitude. They're a bit tanky.
Okay.
So just to be, because I want to be just transparent in terms of what you're dealing with. So that's why I was confused by why you didn't run. Because for me, like if it was a lesser undead or like a skeleton or something, there's a better chance to kill it outright. But a zombie, it's not very likely. And they've actually got quite a close proximity on you because you've just came out of the tower. They're pretty on top of you here.
Okay. No, that's fine. I want to search the tent, but I don't have time for that.
No, but there's nothing stopping you coming back later.
Yeah. Oh, okay. If I can come back later.
I mean, in my campaign, I don't like, the one thing I try to avoid here was killing enemies for XP. Like, essentially, if you survive the session, you're going to get your level anyway. So I'd prefer better role play.
All right. Okay.
Regardless of what you're going to do, Sareth is definitely out because she has what she wants. She's becking you to come with her. You
Fine. I'm
come back
gonna
and
follow
investigate
her.
the tower later. What direction?
I suppose whichever way she wants to go. I assume directly away from the zombies that I can
Yes.
see.
Well, she's
So
going to move directly away, but also westward because she's trying to head home to the town.
yeah, that's fine.
Um, so she's out. There's nothing really here to chase. I mean, you guys are definitely going to outrun them. You're not going to outwalk them, but you're definitely going to outrun them. You're both
Yeah.
exhausted. You're both kind of in the forest, and at this point in time, kind of thinking of wrapping up the session for now, Tom. But
That's
we
fine.
we still have like a little bit of time to decide what's going to be your next plan of attack, or like
Well,
where you going to rest, or what we're going to do here.
I need to heal. Need to rest again.
Simplest way to heal here would definitely be to go back to the camp or set up a new camp and do an extended rest, which will give you both full HP. It's not going to solve the lack of potions problem. Like Sareth has no potions. You have one.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one left. Yeah.
Yeah.
One left.
So
I don't
okay,
want to use it. Yeah. So
I
does
can.
you say she wants to go to the town?
Okay, well let's move on to the next scene. Let's move on to the next scene because I kind of know where you're at now. So you're going back to the camp, or you've created a new camp nearby on the west. So you're both back in the tent, low on rations. The deer is gone.
Yeah.
And yeah, at this point there's not much to be said at this point, Tom. But extended rest, full HP. We'll
Okay.
start a fresh morning, you know.
Perfect.
So hit yourself back to full HP.
Right.
And at this point, you're basically in the tent. We're rounding up the session, and you're both discussing what you want to do. Now, from her perspective, you know, she wants to head home because it's late. She has what she wants. But on the other hand, more than likely you saved her life, and she is an adventurer. So I'm not going to go as far as to say she's indebted to you, but certainly she owes you one, and she's an adventurer anyway, so she's always kind of up for an adventure. And she does have a more powerful sword now, so she wouldn't be against going back there if you wanted to, because she's fresh now. I mean, her original intent was to go home, but like, it's just herself really.
Okay.
And she is an adventurer. There is no real reason why she wouldn't just join you indefinitely or for an extended period of time. I can't think of any reason why she wouldn't. Because she's basically trying to restore the glory of her family, and that was step one. Step 2, 3, and 4 is going on an adventure, right? So why wouldn't she? We're calling session here, which means both of you are going to level up, so you will have more HP and so on to deal with that threat later on. But yeah, I mean that seems reasonable.
Right.
We'll
leave it there.
In your dreams in that night, you don't, obviously you're not aware of Sarah's dreams, but in your own dreams, you have this sort of unsettling feeling in your stomach, and you dream of like a storm, like a lightning storm, and each crack of the thunder, you see this like strange figure in the distance, this black figure, which continues to move closer, and then you wake up.
Viano Tormente.
And on that note, I think I'll call the stream, Tom.
That's cool. That's cool.
Right.
Like
End stream.
Hello, streamer.